Hey everybody, and welcome to the 21st installment of Swan's Japanese Horror Reviews. This week's review is one that I've been getting a lot of requests for, and it is the 2005 horror masterpiece, Rampo Noir. Rampo Noir consists of 4 short films that are based off Edogawa Rampo works, and the whole thing runs well over 2 hours. While the adaptations do not really follow the works all that closely, and they do take some pretty dramatic changes, still, I found this movie to be incredibly enjoyable, and it's actually one of my favorite Japanese films. So let's dive into the 4 pieces one at a time. The first one is called Mars Canal, and despite being only about 10 minutes long and with no dialogue, and the only noises really being these high-pitched screeching sounds, it really sets up the tone for what the collection is going to be about, and some of the main themes that are going to be strung through it. And that would be that there's a high level of stylized eroticism in Rampo Noir. As you would have seen in the text, since Rampo, very famous for having erotic and grotesque works in his stories, that translated very well to the cinema in this film. So the first part is called Mars Canal, and it's just a man and a woman that are fighting naked and just really abstract imagery. The second film in the collection is called The Hell of Mirrors. This one involves a man who is very much obsessed with mirrors and mirror imagery, and he's connected to the murders of these women that have died in some pretty brutal ways. This film sets up more of the detective aspect that's pretty common and prevalent in Edogawa Rampo's work, so that was very nice to see. The third film is arguably the most erotic one of the 4, and it's called The Caterpillar. This one involves a married couple where the man has come back from war as a quadriplegic, so all he is basically his torso and his head, and that's pretty much about it. And it's the sadistic relationship that he has with his wife, who enjoys beating him and gets sexual pleasure from this. This one is very strange, it's very erotic, and it was pretty hard to watch for some of my friends who watched this film with me. But it was very interesting to see, because I had read the short story before I'd seen the movie, and it was really very interesting to see this adapted to the screen. And yeah, this is certainly a very weird one. The fourth and final segment is called Crawling Bugs, and this was my absolute favorite of the 4. It involves a man who is obsessed with this woman and will go to great lengths to keep her with him. It's a very twisted love story. It's very grotesque, and the ending scene is one of my favorite ending moments of any film. It's certainly unlike anything I was ever prepared to see, so extra props for that. So yeah, all 4 films, very interesting, very different from the standard j-horror stuff that's been being released the last 10 years or so. Great adaptations that, although they do deviate very far from the original stories, I think they still bring out the main themes that Edogawa Rampo is writing about, and they're bringing out his name on the big screen and keeping it relevant and bringing Rampo to a new generation, so you can't fault them for that. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film, and I really think it should be in everyone's Japanese horror collections, just for how different it is and the different approaches to what the directors in this film are doing. The DVD was released by Kadokawa Pictures and Genius Entertainment, and while it's good that they brought us the uncut version of the film, all of it's there. It's a really, really long movie. But the DVD itself just comes with, I think, a trailer, so they didn't really do too much with that. However, because the movie is so long and there's so much content there, can't really complain. So Rampo Noir is a film I highly recommend you check out. The strongest 2 segments are the final 2, Caterpillar and Crawling Bugs. It should be noted that it also stars Tadanobu Asano. I was just singing his praises in the last review. He does another stupendous job in this movie. So yeah, if you can look past or handle the high amount of sexuality, perversion, and sadistic sexual acts in this film, then I think you're going to find something that's great and stylized with also a bit of substance to it. This is one of my top 5 favorite Japanese films, and I highly recommend it. It's definitely a break from the norm. So yeah, Rampo Noir needs to be in your collection. And this has been another Japanese horror review from Swan. So, as always, see you next time.
The caterpillar. I say that's good enough.